1, 2. Okay, that seems to be working now. Welcome to the stream, guys. It's about 8 a.m. EST. That's where we start. And just checking the stream health. Seems to be fine. Yeah, all looks well. All right, let's start forwarding this. Okay. Hey, OSS, what's up? Sorry, I was just checking a few things here and there. What's going on? Welcome, buddy. Okay, gappers. Uh, do you have anything you're watching, Oasis? I've got my watch list ready almost. I think that should be it. I'm just gonna post that on Discord. Let's see. Watch list. There we go. Posted. Okay. And yeah, we'll see. I think the problem is it's just if you. Yesterday I was thinking there won't be any trades. Then Futu came along, and the rest is history. So you can't really judge. And to be honest, I've noticed as well. Like whenever I say, it seems like it's going to be quiet. That's when you get one or two stocks that really move, especially for my strategies. So yeah, let's just keep positive attitude on that. There's always opportunities. We just need to be there for it. So what is it? 11 a.m. 8:11 now. 8:11 EST. So we've got an hour 20 minutes to the open. We've got quite a lot of things that's gapping up and decent gaps as well. So we've got this one pre-RE. That's gapping up with some really decent volume. SHC. I don't like the price action on it, but it's still quite a big gap. Daily looks interesting as well. Daily looks quite interesting. It's way over this congested area, and if you just remove drawings on it. Let me just. What am I doing? Just clear this. So we are looking at a really nice tight little pattern here that broke out. And it's trading above that. So it's kind of, yeah. Right now it's trading at the 14s, which is above that 200 daily EMA 14s. As long as I think it stays over 14s, we should see some gains on it, but it's just this price action is just a bit too confusing. This right here, plus the volume is a bit low. We'll keep an eye on this. Definitely, it's gapped up quite a bit. There might be gap and go plays on it, as well as maybe some fade off because of this whole. We'll see. FRO also is a gapper. And it's really sort of trending at the highs, very close to the highs. It's gapping up to this level here, 14s, 1450s, those areas. Okay, so this area, we've got this area here, 14s and 1430s. So it is on that, in this resistance area that it's rejected from, this little 1430s. 1436s, all that. So that's going to be something to keep an eye on. All right. So it is. Why is it up? Oh, Frontline Scrabble. Oh, so they were about to merge with another company which has had a huge gap down, which was a good news for the other company, but that got cancelled. So they cancelled that. Somehow it's turning out to be a good positive impact on this main company, which is Frontline. So they've cancelled the merger, and that's stock is responding to that. Maybe the investors didn't like it. Yeah, it's really. The thing is, it's got huge like resistance up at the top. So we might have actually had this move done for a while. From where it came from, it's not a huge gap, but still, from 1125s, 1130s, all the way to 1430s, for this stock that moves very slow is quite a bit. So we'll keep an eye on that one. And NUWE is also a gapper, but as you can see, post market it just ran. Is this looks a bit sus to me. Anyways, gapper, but there's no volume at all. The only one I'm interested in the gappers is pre looks interesting, with decent volume. Look at this pattern right now is creating. Beautiful. I hope Zell is watching this. What's up? What's up, Sneaker? Welcome, buddy. How you doing? You've been quiet for today, somehow. Usually you're not quiet. We need you to be talking, buddy. What's happened to you? You caught something? Anyways, yeah, this on the break of this 3.440, even pre-market there might be opportunity on it. So I might look into longing this, possible long opportunities on the break of this, but just be careful. Pre-market, obviously this one has a really good decent volume, but usually pre-market gappers will not have enough volume. That's why I don't like to trade them, but this one seems to have really good volume, and the push is kind of stable. It's not really sort of going parabolic or going in one direction crazy. It's just taking its time to go whenever it goes. So for example, this one was a little bit of a parabolic. I would say from 2 to 3 all the way. Just goes and just goes really fast, right? And then that's why we got the fast rejection. That's why I don't like stocks going very fast. If you see a stock that goes very fast, expect it to go very fast to the downside or reversal as well, or the pullback. But if it goes stable, as in slowly picks up, pulls back a little bit, picks up, pulls back a little bit, trends up, and then pulls back a little bit, that's usually the stability sign for that move up. So why does this happen? It happens because a lot of people are confident in the stock, and they're as it goes further up, they might take some profits. Profit taking comes in, maybe some short sellers come in, but the pullback doesn't go very far, and then they probably add back or more buyers come in, so more confidence in the stock. So this is breaking right now the low of that this pattern here. That's fine. It's a small 1 minute pattern. We're also looking at that 3 level here as well. That 3 level is crucial. If that breaks, then we might see a fade off on this one. But if it does bounce from it, this could happen within the market open. If it does bounce from 3s and then reclaim the VWAP, there might be another opportunity for longs as well on this one. So pre looking good, PRE looking pretty good. No pun intended. SHC, we talked about this. Daily looks really interesting. Gaps up over a tight range. Just don't like the intra price section, the gap price action, but it still could produce something decent. Company analysis. So there was a case pending against the company, but they decided to settle it. Okay. So this company, I believe, has had a case pending against another company, Sterling Jigs, and they are going to pay 408 million. So that's quite a lot of cash for the company. Hence this move up. This has quite a bit of a strong catalyst. These are the kind of stocks that do tend to move quite a bit, because the fundamentals have clearly changed. Just remember, is changing fundamentals brings up days and days of trending price action in a stock. So just keep this one in your sort of watch list for the next few weeks. I would say SHC. All right, this looks interesting. Maybe even for swing ideas. But the thing is, you've got to be able to withstand the initial chop, the initial noise, basically, when this thing starts to trade. But there will be opportunities on it for sure. Let's see, CryptoKitty Steam 6JF 6FJ. What are they offering me for promotion for your channel? Viewers, followers, view chatbots. The price is lower than any competitor. The quality is guaranteed to be the best. Auto on, incredibly flexible and convenient order management panel. Order everything's in your hands. Turn it on and off. Customize. Go to okay. Well, I'll check you out, CryptoKitty. No worries. Sorry guys, that's a message from Twitch. That kind of message should be sent personal, right? Private, but they're just like, oh, well, we'll send it to your public. You know what I mean? Anyways, so here, did you check out my watch list, Snicker? Those are the stocks I'm watching today. So if you have if you think what I'm watching, if you're curious about what I'm watching, then those are the stocks. I believe it's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Six on the main watches and 2 or 3 on the gappers. So about 8 in total. Now, the 1 hour, 4 hour thing, I'll cover that. Let me just cover through my analysis. I'll go through my watch list quickly and give you an idea of what I'm looking for, and then I'll cover that. Okay, don't worry. The trend line, when the trend line breaks, no, the trend line breaks the VWAP. Okay, so I think you meant to say is if the trend breaks the VWAP, does it go from resistance to support VWAP? Yeah, it could. It could. Same as 1M200 strategy. Remember, on 1M200 strategy, we're using the 200 EMA, which is a similar concept. A previous was it the support becoming resistance? That's what you're taking advantage of, right? So these things are liquidity areas. They do act as an area of interest. It's a point of interest. Like for example, this is not the best sort of example. You see, it breaks that VWAP and then comes back and starts to struggle at that VWAP. You see, so this support becoming resistance. You can call it that, yes, but obviously it's more, much more complicated than that. But yeah, it does act as support, especially if something is completely reversing, and that's when the daily comes in. That's when your daily chart analysis comes in. Hopefully that answers that VWAP question, and I will cover the 1 hour, 4 hour, the support and resistance levels in a minute. All right, so SPY, what are we looking on SPY? Basically yesterday, so initially SPY was quite a bit of strength was coming into SPY, right? We had some really decent gap, and also it went, we saw it go all the way to 394s almost, right? 394s, huge. Like this is also an example yesterday I gave you that area definitely was a daily level, and it breaks it, comes back, bounces, third time it bounces, off it goes. Same goes around here. If I duplicate this, right, this level here, although it's not very clear, this bounce came in kind of from there. There's, you know, you can just drag these things. Look at this resistance area, look at this support, takes it out, comes back, support, finds it as a support, and on the downtrend you can see these are support, and then this resistance, and then this support becoming resistance. So when you have a stock that's trending, you can always use that base as your basis for decision making. You don't want to see, the thing is, here's what a lot of people make mistake. Okay, this is not the greatest example, but I want to give you an example that actually makes sense, right? So this is the good example, right there, maybe. Actually, this is a better example. So a lot of people, what they do is they, this is a level, right? This is a level it's rejecting from. You see that? Yeah, 1, 2, 3 bars rejection. Although it didn't reject much, but it did reject. This is a daily level. This was a daily level, and it still is. It breaks it. A lot of people will take the trade on the breakout here. This is why I am against the breakouts in a traditional manner. When it breaks it, no, you never want to chase something that's already breaking, because these days what's happening is a lot of market makers are breaking. The first initial breakout will almost always be a fake out kind of thing. Even if it does break, let's say this was a strong breakout, usually market makers will tend to bring it down towards that initial breakout area, which is why do they do that? Well, there's a lot of liquidity there. Their job is to hunt liquidity. Their job is to, if they have big massive orders sitting, they need to fill them orders. So it's in their interest to actually put the price, or at least trying to manipulate the price to hit those liquidity areas. So if there was a lot of sellers here as a resistance area, and then it breaks it, people are still watching this level because it's a daily strong level. A lot of people are watching this, and then it comes back down to that same liquidity area, bounce comes in, comes back to it, bounce comes in, comes back to it, bounce comes in. So that's, in my opinion, that's why it works, because it's a recent point of interest. People are watching. In this case, trend starts to change, as you can see very clearly. Lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, right? So that's clearly change of the trend. Now, this is your support. Let's say, for example, 392.50 breaks it. You don't want to be shorting here, right? You don't want to be shorting here because your stop is here. Huge risk. But what you want to do is let it pull back to that point of interest area. Look at that tight stop you can have on top of the zone. Very tight stop, and you can carry on trading it. So yeah, you definitely want to do it that way. Anywho, okay, SPY. So yesterday SPY had a gap up, but showed weakness. So I'm thinking yesterday's weakness is a bit not too good for SPY. Why? Because this bounce, if this bounce had carried on and did multiple days of green, then we could have seen this to be the swing low, and this could have been a kind of like a reversal pattern, right? But we are not seeing that. We're seeing a lot of strength coming to the downside. So in other words, weakness in the market, right? So already is showing sign of weakness by gapping down. So I'm thinking overall pressure is to the downside on SPY, on the market. Okay, that's overall picture. It's already gapped down. Yesterday was a red day. What market tends to do is the opposite of what you think. Okay, so you might think that this market is weak and today is gapping down, everything is pointing towards the weakness, 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 right? Sometimes that's a trap. What market will try to do is try to fill the gap to get, because a lot of people want to get in on it as well. And it's if market goes a bit choppy in the beginning, then it actually triggers a lot of orders, then actually is trending down. If, for example, if this starts to trend down without pullback, without choppiness, this will have less orders in it than if it was doing that initial chop that the market does. So be wary that the market can chop around initially when it opens, today especially, because it's not a big gap, so it's going to try and attempt to fill the gap. So what's our fill area? This clearly is our level that we need to watch. If it does pop towards there, we might want to look into seeing the reaction of the reversal from there, or a response from that level. Okay, that's our level. Also watch the VWAP area. If it does break that, we have a 200 EMA on the intraday, and if it does start to break above that, we might see that push coming in towards that towards the level we're watching now. All right, so that's SPY. And when I talk about SPY, everything else is in line with it. Tesla's, Apple's, and Nvidia's, and MSFT's, Amazon, and all that jazz. Right, we are trading the correlation. Okay, no, yeah, it's a big topic. It's kind of, it will be kind of difficult for you to get it straight away, Snicker. So just take it easy, learn one thing at a time, right? Daily chart analysis is a huge thing. There's a lot to learn, but learn the basics. What is the, one thing you want to learn for this week? Maybe look into what kind of trend is on right now. Right now, what is the long-term trend? What is the short-term trend, right? Long-term trend, for example, let's say you look back 2 years, 1 to 2 years time frame, right? So let's give you an example. This here, right? So we've got a SPY. Let's go back to 2 years maybe. So I believe. This is 21. Okay, so let's go back to 21 beginning. All right, so this is the beginning of 2021, right? This is the beginning of 2020. That's 2 years back. So what we're seeing from initial 2021's move all the way until 22, really, January 22, right? For that year, beautiful uptrend, carried on going, carried on chugging along. Very stable uptrend, right? This is your clear uptrend, right? You know, price making higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. Sometimes it will drop down below the recent higher low, but then reclaim back to create another higher high. So this is very clear. This, you can look at it and say, well, this stock is definitely on an uptrend. Right? Now, medium term, which is basically your last 6 months to a year time frame, which is this. In this medium term, we've got a downtrending market, but a very choppy market, not a very usual one that we used to see, right? Very choppy. So it goes down, pulls back big time, goes down, pulls back big time, goes down, big bounce, big bounce. Usually with the trending market, you don't see big bounces, big retracements. It's always the primary move is stronger, and the secondary move, which is the pullback. All right, let me just make it clear. All right, number one is the primary move. Primary move is the one that moves with the direction of the main trend. In this case, let's say this gives you an example of this one. These moves are the primary move, okay, to the downside. And these bounces are the secondary move. So this is not a good example to give you, but if I give you example from here, very, very easy to understand. Primary move, secondary move, primary move, secondary move, primary, secondary. You get the idea, right? So the secondary move on this one. So I really don't call this trending market, honestly. Like, yes, it has gone down. But it's not really a very typical trending market. It's a very, very choppy market and a very difficult market, especially if somebody is swing trading. So what is the medium term? Medium term is down, right? And what is our short term? Short term could be like last 3 months or so. You zoom in like this and then you look at, it's still chop, in my opinion. Short term is a chop. So we've got our long term, that is chop. Our medium term, that is down slightly, even that is chop. So short term is also chop. So what do we understand from this? What is the result? Right? I'm asking a question. What do you think it is in at this point? Remember, the market doesn't always trend, right? Okay. Well, yeah, medium term is the downtrend for sure. Yeah, there is a downtrend to it. But I would definitely agree if you had said it's in a chop, it's in the middle of nowhere. It doesn't really trend. Even if it does, it doesn't last. So there's no trending market. Remember, there doesn't have to be trending market all the time. Markets, in fact, 60% of the time, any instrument, if you look at it, that's the average basically. It could be on and off base, but it's very close to 60% of the time market is not trending. It's in a range bound mode, right? 60%, you'll be surprised. 30% of the time market tends to trend, which we call bull market and bear market. But anyways, so in my opinion, it's in the middle of nowhere. It's definitely the force is to the downside. You can clearly see the force is to the downside. Why do I say that? Anytime it goes down, it has more force than it wants to bounce, right? The only time I saw this, and I still stand by this, guys, by the way, this is the reversal we have seen on SPY, and this might be the low of the next, I don't know for how many years, unless something fundamental changes with the US economy, right? I think this reversal here, this low here, you can quote me on it in the next year or so saying, yeah, YB, you were wrong, and I'll just admit it. But I think this might be the low of it. We might be coming into a very congested price action before it actually starts to take this trend line. And I'm watching this trend line. As it starts to trade closer and closer, it's going to get closer and closer to 400 levels. Before, my level was 410. I still stand by that 410 level. If that breaks, we might see some bull market coming in. We might see some uptrending market coming in. But until then, it wouldn't do that. It will not do that. Now, the reason why I create this trend line is in short term. If this breaks, there's your short-term trend downtrend as well. So you've got medium-term downtrend, short-term downtrend after it breaks 380, and then you can make easy decisions then. Right now, it's very difficult. So we are at the stage where SPY isn't really helping anyone, believe it or not. Yeah? Come, Baba. You want to say hi to the stream?
Hello.
Come on. Come. Yeah. Come. Oh, are you going to teach them one day?
No.
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 You haven't learned anything.
No, I only know the basics.
Okay. So, what do you think? Hold on. Let me show you something.
Uh-huh.
So this is the daily chart, right?
Is that like a scanner or something? The ball.
No, that's your price levels, basically level scanners. That's something different. I haven't shown you that, but if I were to say, if I were to show you this one, this stock,
Yeah.
what is this doing
It's
overall? If you look at the chart,
if I look at the chart, it went up.
okay, it went up. Okay, so basically, so in overall, is it strong or weak?
Going up.
Yeah, it's strong, right?
Yeah, because
Cool.
it's starting to go down now. It looks like
It's starting to go down. So anything that goes up must
it's
come
gonna
down
go
a
down
little bit, right?
afterwards.
Yeah. So that's what we were discussing basically is, how do we spot a trend that's strong? A strong trend usually keeps going up. Yeah. But there's a lot of things I taught you, right? One day we have to sit down and catch up with those.
Sure. I can watch your streams.
You can watch my streams.
Yeah. I'll put it on my phone now.
Oh, all right. All right. Anyways, yeah, he's a bit shy. Come say hi. Just say hi. Okay. See how you crazy boy. Punch you in the face.
Oh, where's
There, the camera is there. Yeah. All right, get out of here now. Anyways, that's the YB Junior. Yeah, well, we're discussing the trend. How does the trend work? This one, did I mention that we are, we might be going into the VWAP area, which it did. Um, when you see that bounce coming in from the VWAP, right? I'm still thinking there might be some life left on this one. So I'm just watching this. If there is an opportunity on it, we'll take that. Just a little bit. Yeah, he's a bit shy on those things. He's not that interested in trading at all. He just doesn't show interest. Sometimes he's curious, but it's like there's no, oh, I want to learn kind of thing, right? So it has to come from within, and I can't force. I would love to teach him, but unfortunately, I cannot. If somebody isn't really sort of ready for it, it's a big responsibility as well. If you did decide to take on it. All right, I'm gonna just quickly go through my watch list, see if I can spot something, and I want to make sure that I am seeing what I supposed to. Oh, yeah, it is hard, man. It is hard. Honestly, I don't blame him either. My stocks are a bit dodgy today. Like the charting is, Thinkorswim acts up a little bit sometimes. CVAC. Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate that. I learned it from when I used to be an instructor for bikes, motorcycle. I was an instructor for motorcycle license training. So yeah, I never thought I could teach anything. For the life of me, I cannot teach anything. But it turns out that you can train yourself. By the way, Futu, beautiful. As you can see, I thought I grabbed the bottom of it, but then later on it actually faded off even more. So the reason why I kept Futu, by the way, Oasis, is because it's kind of yesterday's kind of sign that this stock is still in trouble and is still wanting to go lower. So today is poking its head up above the pre-market highs, but I'm still thinking this probably wouldn't have any fuel in it to take out these levels here, which is 45, 46 is 45, 80 is to 46, 46. So that's why I kept it, because once the rejection starts to come in, then I'm gonna be there to take advantage of that. So I'm thinking this area here. Okay. So what is this is intraday level. There's no daily level on it at all. So intraday levels usually tend to, but then if you look at the overall picture of Futu, I'm seeing weakness coming into it. So any bounce is a good thing. I don't really look at the recent candle. I don't really look at the recent. I do pay attention to it. Yes, yesterday was a red day. Yes, 100%. But generally speaking, you want to pay attention to. Look, for example, let's say you pay attention to red here. The next day was green. Next day was red. Next day was red. Green, green, red, red, red. So trying to use more data for your analysis than just one day. That's why I am against the candlestick patterns, the traditional candlestick patterns. Just bear in mind that traditional candlestick pattern is one or two or three reversal pattern. Everything is one or two candles. Things don't happen in one or two candles, right? Especially reversals. And if that happens, I'm a bit skeptical, because those kind of, it's just very hard to find and also not very sustainable. So I look at things from a zoomed out perspective, zoomed out, which means you see the full picture. So you're trying to see the full picture as much as you can, because that's how the big money trades. Yeah, candlestick pattern, but I've got my own candlestick patterns. It's just hard to explain, really. If I were to give you candlestick pattern, trying to learn about patterns instead of candlestick. Okay, this is something I'll guide. I'll definitely recommend. If I was to tell myself, I'll say that. Why? Because those are stronger. When I say pattern, candlestick, price action patterns, let me show you. Can't speak, can't think properly. Where's my, okay, here we go. All right, so we've got patterns, okay? Patterns is not one or two candles. Just remember, it's never one or two candles. It's a multiple candle, okay? Multiple price action. We have this double bottom. We have this double top. We have continuation patterns, right? We have reversal patterns. We have cup and handle patterns, right? We have the U breakout patterns, right? There's a lot of them I use for my trading, but these are not exact science. Just remember, it's art. So these double bottoms, you have to find it in the right place. A lot of people mistake it. Here's why they go wrong on these patterns. although this is as simple as it can get, but it doesn't always work. You have to use it in the right manner, especially if you have a very strong level. Let's say this level of our SPY, right? This level is quite strong. Daily has the level there, quite a confluence of other levels, right? So now SPY goes there, okay? Instead of just taking trade blindly, oh, because it went to the level, why not wait for the reversal pattern, right? See something that proves you it wants to reject from there. Especially if something is decently trending, you want to wait for that pattern. Now, sometimes you will miss it, which is fine. It's good to miss something than to actually wait for the right trade to take. Because those things, let's say and all of those patterns, there's an emotion behind it. There's human nature that's telling you something is up here, right? If a stock goes from, let's say this thing goes, imagine it goes up to this, and then everybody knows the level, right? And this is a level, and it's gone up quite a bit before it actually retraced. So everybody watching that. Now it comes down, right? It reverses, or it doesn't reverse, it rejects from it. So it respects the level, basically. Now, there are people who take initial entries, or a lot of people who were long from here. What happens is at the level, they will start to take their partials out. So what happens when they close their buys, they start selling, right? So selling pressure comes in from the level, right? Now, it settles down because there's not much selling happening now, right? And now comes another attempt to that level. Now everybody's watching this, all right? Everyone's watching this. Okay, we want to see what it does on the second attempt. Now, second attempt, there's few things that can happen. It goes and starts to build up volume, right? Starts to build up that volume starts to rise, and it starts to take that out. As soon as you start to see it's hanging around that area with high volume, chances are it might break it rather than reversing. So that's why this pattern, if you had waited for the reversal pattern, you would not have entered here, right? You would not have entered here because that pattern, the single reversal, is not there. We're not talking about V reversals, right? We're talking about either double top, right? So in this case, let's say this didn't happen. We had gone in and then we start to go like that. That's your confirmation. Especially if this comes with a good volume, then that's your confirmation. That's where you want to short, and then off it goes to wherever the means it wants to go to. And you can flip this thing for the support bounce as well, right? Not just the resistance short. You can always flip this idea to bounce from the support. Hope that makes sense. Yes, certain amount. Group of candlesticks makes up my trading patterns. Groups of them, because we are looking at things from a group perspective, right? Yes, basically zoom out and trying to see whether it's going to be uptrend or downtrend. Okay, that's good. Number one, right? Actually, it does make sense, but because once you zoom out, you can see more of this going to be the resistance support. Yeah, zoom out. First, your analysis always has to be zoom out, right? That's the first step. You've got to zoom out and see the overall picture. Even if it's not daily, you want to zoom out. That's why you will see me do this, right? If I'm looking at intraday, you will see me do this, and you might ask, YB, what do you see in there? Well, I see the overall picture, the overall price action of that day, right? and then I can zoom into wherever I want, right? So from top, work, how do you say this, man? Like, English is not my first language, you know that, right? Clearly, how do you say that? Top down approach, or yeah, top down approach, right? Top down approach. So zooming out and then work your way to, you know what I mean. Top to bottom approach, something like that, yeah. So top to bottom approach. So as you can see, as I was discussing with SPY's move, it is attempting to actually try to go for that gap fill. And you might say, oh, you know, how did you, the price was here at that point, right? How, I would, you know, normally people will think it's breaking this and then it's continuing. Market is a funny little thing, especially SPY. US markets are very funny. They actually do, for me, it's said like intuition thing. It's like something that I've seen over and over and over, and it's kind of hard for me to explain. This is something that comes from here. Can you hear that? Oh, I think I hit that. Anyways, so that comes with time. You will start to see this without being able to explain, because naturally speaking, right, when the stock rejected from the VWAP and is starting to trade around that low, I would say like it's trending down, it's about to break it, volume picking up, this and that, right? It didn't, because something that's the market, I'm trying to explain it in words, it's kind of hard. But I did go through the analysis of the SPY. This is what it was going to do. I believe it might go for that. This is our 200 EMA that's holding it. But I'm thinking it might go for that attempt of gap fill. And once it does that, there might be more opportunities there, not before that. Yeah, just levels are good. Levels are good. Definitely level you need in every chart, but don't make it very complicated. Keep at least 2-3 levels on a single chart, and that should be it for that day. And this is something that I've mentioned. Oasis was there as well. Oasis knows, hopefully, but if you forgot Oasis, on the daily chart, when we do put our resistance and support lines, we only look for this price where it's at. For example, it's trading at 386.50 right now, right? 386.50. Let's put a line here, okay? Let me just go to daily, because this is something I want you guys to pay attention to. So this, let's say price is right now trading at 386.60. So right there, price is trading right there. Now, what will I gain from actually, this is kind of beats the purpose, but that I kept it. But anyways, what will I get if I put a support and resistance line here or here? There's a lot of support level here. Why don't I have lines there? Because it's irrelevant for that day. I want to make sure my charts are clean, and I want to make sure I actually make my support and resistance line every day. Now, this is not the only chart I use. I use some other charts as well, which has my other support and resistance zones, not lines. Lines I don't like. I have my zones. Anyways, so what you want to do is you want to look at the current price action, and you only look and draw your lines beyond that for certain ATR. I would say, like, just use your common sense. Like, how much does a SPY move? Well, this is the biggest move we've seen so far for the last 20 days, right? So it moves 379s all the way to 388s, 389s. So $10, right? $10 move it does on the max days. So what you want to say is, okay, I'm gonna draw the support and resistance lines only $10 standard deviation, right? That's your one standard deviation, let's say $10. So from here, 387s all the way to 397s, you draw whatever you need to draw from for the resistance, and from here to the bottom, 387s all the way to 377s, draw whatever you need to do for the support. So you've got your few lines here, not more than few lines for the support, not more than few lines for the resistance. Keep it very simple. Yes, sir. So that's what I would do. As you can see, very clean chart. This is my biggest level. Whoa, SPY. Whoa, we have economic releases today, right? All right. Let's do this, guys. Tuesday. We have 9 a.m. Oh. Jerome Powell is speaking right now. That's probably why. That is probably why. Yeah, and 10 a.m. there's not much. So Wednesday we don't have not much scheduled or scheduled. Thursday we have quite a bit. CPI year over year, CPI year over core CPI. Yeah, there's a lot. Thursday is going to be a big economics calendar day, so we gotta watch out for those times. Usually it's before market open anyway, so that settles down. So I'm not too worried about it. As you can see, it's 8:30. Most of the important ones are usually 8:30. As you can see, this is Thursdays, 8:30, 8:30. All of the big ones are 8:30. Initial jobless claims 8:30, CPI 8:30, 8:30, all of them. So that usually is done and dusted when I'm starting to trade, when the market opens. But today, yeah, Fed Chairman Jerome Powell speaks. And that's why we're getting this. I think market is allergic to Jerome. Market might be allergic to it, to him speaking. What is he saying? Right? Yeah, but we do have time though. He's gonna just speak and just be done with it, you know. It's just Mark is gonna do what he's gonna do after that. So I'm keeping positive for the stocks that I'm watching. Before I go in, I wanted to actually love it. Boom, you got your new, I like that, your new levels. I'd like to see them. You can actually, here's the thing, you can post them. You can post them on the general chat, Snicker, on our Discord, and Oasis, me, or Zell, or somebody, you know, with more experience will definitely pitch in on that, on the levels, whether your levels are strong or maybe you're missing something or you're doing a great job. You know, you just need that extra confirmation, you know, just could help. Dude, here's the thing. Look, people spend thousands and thousands of dollars, right, to learn something that doesn't work, right? I'm talking about, you know, these gurus or whatnot. They spend a lot of money to learn something that doesn't work. But even then, they are kind of hesitant on our questions, right? When you pay, or when let's say even if you don't pay, and if somebody's willing to help, right? You've got to ask. You've got to ask. Trust me, initially you've got to ask. Why? Because if you don't ask right now, you will never ask in a year's time. And that is going to hurt you. That is going to hurt you big time, because you will have that ego that you have that 1 year experience and you shouldn't be asking these questions. And you're trying to find something on your own, which I might have already. And you find it so late in your trading career if you hadn't asked those questions in the beginning. So you've got to ask. There's no stupid or silly questions, not at all. Unless it's about Call of Duty. I might ask some silly questions about Call of Duty. How do you fire? Which trigger? Left stick or right? I think it's right. It's gotta be R2, L2, R2, right? If I remember. R2. See, I remember. If I want to do no scope or a 360 quick scope, I remember those from Modern Warfare Zone, the first one, the original one. Oh man, times. L2 and R2, yeah. So you want to do quick scope, so you go boom, boom, right? Boom, boom. Yes, sir. So you can clearly see this level was drawn way before it went there, right? So the rejection came in from there, right? So at least there's a respect to that level. So the level stands. Level is accurate. Now, if it had taken it out very quickly and then left it behind, maybe then you can say, well, this level got, not respected at all. But also, again, you can keep that level for it to actually use it as a support, resistance becoming support kind of thing. So it's always useful. Now, where our Tesla is flying, our Apple is not so much. Tesla is relatively strong. And I was mentioning on Tesla, guys, a few days ago, I think that Tesla is in a position where this could really be a nice little reversal on the Tesla, and it might might go for it. But I think it's still a bit early. We haven't seen a proper reversal. But I'm just like preempting things. Just going to quickly look at the others. Oh, thanks. What is that?
Banana.
Do you want to add that?
Huh?
Do you want to add that?
No, just add that.
Thanks. Oh, why is it not loading, man? Futu. Let me just reload my TOS, guys. Steam's bitrate is 1460. It's lower than recommended. What? What's happening? Okay, let me just reload. Just gonna take about 2 seconds. Hold on, I'm still here, don't worry. Futu is at that level as well. FUTU is at that level almost. Okay, so hopefully this is gonna fix it. Let me see if my I've allocated enough memory on it, so it should be fine. Screenshot. You use Windows, Snicker? Do you use Windows? By the way, Oasis, go to, but this is not tradable on thingy, isn't it? Yeah. Futu is the only one I'm gonna keep an eye on. This is the level I was watching. See what it does around 46 level here. It's right on that level. It could be on and off of that, but that's fine. Still, I'll wait for that level to proper break. Go to RVNC. RVNC went on to this level here, and I'm also waiting for RVNC to actually go to this 31 level. Even yesterday's high would be fine, or yesterday's close. Any pop towards those areas would be okay. Okay, nice. Open in browser. Okay, let's open it in a browser. Okay. So we've got this is for what is this for? Qualcomm QCOM, yeah. That's the daily. Oh, I like the way you've actually created zones instead of levels. Beautiful. I like that. I really like that. So the recent point of interest is on this area here, okay, and then that area, which is yesterday's, and then that. Yeah, the zones are good. Zones are slightly big. Sorry, I need to put my. Hold on. Sorry, guys. I was just. All right. So I was showing Snickers level creation. This is a good area here. This is kind of okay, I would say, but it's quite relevant because this is the previous days highs. There's not much there, and this is a good area. This little area you created, I don't know how you created it, but it's fine. It's nice, this area as well. Okay, yeah. And then you've got your 5 minutes. These are coming. Are these 5 minutes coming from the daily, or is it separate areas or separate levels? This level is okay. This is in the middle of nowhere. 115. There is a level there. 115. Yeah, it still is a level. You can see that this bounce from it from here as well. This bounce came in from that 115. So that is definitely a level. 113 definitely a level. This, yeah. 112 from here definitely. Yeah. I would suggest if you make the zones a bit smaller, maybe 110. This level here, this definitely could be put down here, for example. Yeah, the top of this can be smaller, so you have a smaller area. This can be brought down. So very good. Yeah, I would say, yeah, support and resistance, the recognition is quite good. Marking them is quite good. Make sure it doesn't really sort of affect you visually, as in when you start to see these things, we do have quite a strong bias. A little bit, because you want to also make sure you're pinpointing certain areas and not just but then these ones are quite good because 113 it's not much, it's not big, you don't really need to do anything, to be honest. That's fine. Yeah, it's really good. It looks clean as well. It's not very complex. The only worry is if you put levels. You see my levels? These are strong levels, right? Let's say this RVNC, this 131 level is very strong. And if it's not strong, what I will put it is like this. And you might not even notice it sometimes that I have a level there. Why? Because I don't want distractions from levels. Like something like that, or even darker. It usually is darker than that. So the whole idea is I want to make sure my levels don't disturb me and make me do things that I wouldn't normally, or influence my decisions. It should only help you in your making decisions. It shouldn't influence. So pay attention to levels definitely, but also other aspects of that trading as well. In the past, what I used to do was I used to have levels and just based my trading off of only levels. It's good if you can do that, but you have to be very good with your level reading. And it's not just going to come from charts. It has to come from a lot of other things. So, it's like your levels, your pattern recognitions, your reversal and continuation patterns, you gather them together and make a recipe. You can create your own style that way. So Futu is actually respecting that level that I was watching. There you go. Breaks it, comes back down. This is still pre-market, so it's pretty usual. So if as long as it's staying here, I'm happy. What I want is Futu to be hanging around here and then starts to give us some sort of opportunity for a short. I'm only looking for shorts on this one. Now, if it starts to break that 46 and starts to trade over 46s, then all shorts are off. Yeah, good. VWAP is very good to have. That's why you will always see me on my intraday chart, always VWAP. VWAP is there. VWAP definitely is there. And also you will see resistance and support areas for sure. Yeah, low floats usually have decent momentum. When it does move, it moves quite a bit. Momentum based stocks are usually low float, but it's not 100% true. Sometimes momentum based stock could be a really decent size large cap as well, especially if there's a nice little catalyst behind it. It will go for days. That's why I like to really sort of swing bigger names and day trade the smaller names. It makes sense. Yeah, good. 14 and 8 is a bit short, but 8 is a bit short in my opinion. I only use 10 for the daily, and I don't use 10 or 8 for my intraday. My minimum is 20 EMA on intraday, and for the daily I use 10. I use 10 EMA. So Futu is something that I need to keep an eye on. So what are you watching, Oasis? What are you watching for your? Could be the one, but that's not. XS. This is. CVAC looks good for a possible swing. Possible shorting opportunities. CVAC. So also CVAC. So oh, good. Futu and HKD. I do agree with Futu and HKD. Yeah, definitely. SPY and Tesla obviously is always there. That's usual. You should have SPY on your chart. CVAC is not too bad as well because of the daily overextension on it. So if this provides opportunity for our setup, then it will be big. So potential is there, definitely. Keep an eye on that as well. CVAC. That's all I see. From the gappers. Oh, this HSC is actually HC is going for it. So it's still strong. This one is kind of drifting down, and again, 3 is a level that I need to watch. And if it starts to trend under 3, then I have got a problem with it. Then I might short it. But then again, yeah, so this is the level I'm watching on this bad boy, pre and FRO. FRO is, if it takes the 14 FRO, then that's also something that we can probably look into short 14s, because this 14 level is quite strong. So Snicker, how did you get that creating zones instead of lines? Where did you get that idea? Really? That's a good thing. Random deposit of anything is good for your account. Dude. That's cool. That is cool. Random deposit of $9. That's the first time I've seen and heard. That's kind of cool. I know, right? Trading Geek. Okay. Well, I always use Zone, so he must have taken it from me. Yeah. It's whatever you've learned from him, at least for the box, creating a zone area is definitely something I've been doing for years instead of just relying on one number. I actually create the zones myself and rely on that. And also, even if I have a level with lines on it, I'm always like mentally, let's say 1250 is my level. I say to myself, well, you know what? I'm going to have that mentally as a zone, right? So very good on that part. Keep up with that style of level creation or whatever, level drawing. All right, so now okay, Fro is hitting that 14 and wants to break down. Fro could be interesting as well for it's a heavily beaten down stock. Not really actually. If you look at the overall perspective on this, yeah, it's actually reversed quite a bit from there, so we might be seeing another trend down. But where is it bouncing to? Right here. Yeah. Yeah. New is 1085. This is just, yeah, I don't like this. All right, let's watch SPY and then we'll keep an eye on the others. You don't like the short stocks? You never know, Snicker. You never know. Listen, if this starts to break that zone there and starts to trade over it, then we might see some move to the upside because 388 is here. 388, and then there's no on this 390. So there's some room, but as you can see, this level held. Can you not see? Like rejection, rejection, rejection. Now you're seeing this little tight pattern. Now this is what I'm talking about. The multiple candles creating a pattern. In this case, a nice little tight range. It could be a flag, it could be a pennant. But if this breaks 387.20s, this could drop down to at least to VWAP, right? So that's what I meant by it. Yeah, we love shorts here, Snicker. We don't mind shorts. In fact, I wouldn't say, recently I've been doing a lot of longs as well, but mostly I'm like 70% short trader, maybe even more. As you can see, yesterday we traded Futu and my shorts are way bigger because my stop is very, very predetermined stop. I know exactly, almost exactly how much I'm risking. So I can, and it's a very tight stop. Not like longs. Longs are usually bigger stops. Hence, position sizing goes a little bit smaller. But for shorts, I'm always in with decent size. And when it does work, it's a thing of beauty. All right, 1 minute, maybe even not that. About what, 50 seconds? About 30 seconds, let's say. The market will be open, and best of luck, guys. All right, ding, ding, ding. Best of luck. Morning, Zell. Welcome, buddy. How you doing? Do you see anything on your momentum scanners? So SPY is actually going into that zone, and let's see if it's decided. If it's got a lot of volume and it's kind of in the middle of it, and it wants to break it, I guess. Yep, here it goes. Yeah, it seems like it, especially for your type of momentum scalping. Yeah, it is. I was kind of hopeful, Zell, for Pre to do something. You see, right there? I was going to even take it pre-market, but it just didn't have that. But still, it hasn't died. It's not dead for me yet. As long as that is staying over that 3, which is trending at the moment under it. And unfortunately, CVAC, FRO, the gapper is going taken out. That this is what I was mentioning, like 14 breaks expected to drift down and do some decent move. So this might be something that you want to keep an eye on, Oasis, for possible shorting opportunities. FRO as well as our CVAC. And pre as well is going down. Yeah, pre is also taking that out. So interesting, guys. So right now what I see is FRO and CVAC. FRO is much cleaner than CVAC, by the way. Futu is just taking over that. Now, Futu is gone beyond that level now. This level is gone, but I still think that Futu would not have. Let me just clear the drawings on this one, guys. It's just distracting. I know we had quite a good trade there. 48. 47 is not much, but 48 is next. I'm still keeping an eye on Futu. And the only thing I was mentioning is CVAC. That's also bouncing. So it's very choppy. I'm just going to wait up, guys. It's extremely choppy. FRO is a nice one, though. FRO. Candles coming in. I'm waiting for this thing to pop a little bit now. 14s, 13s, 70s. It's not a huge move either, but this thing doesn't move that much. So I'm waiting for it to pop, maybe 1390s, 1380s, something like that. And if it doesn't, then we're gonna just leave it alone. CVAC, how did it do? CVAC. Yeah, CVAC is looking good as well. We've got 12 or 11, so we've got a yesterday's high, that's right there. We've got some, yeah, it's looking all right. Looking all right. Yeah, CVAC is looking okay. And FRO went without us. And your SPY just crept up. And with that force of the opening drive, it took out that level and then it's not looking back. So very strong. As you can see, Apple is also flying, as Tesla, pretty much everything else right now. But I'm more interested in these bad boys. Pre is given a nice little, but the Pre was expensive though. 1160, 10 cent spread. It's getting spready though, this CVSE. But 1160 and 1180 break. The one that we just could not find a decent entry was this one. Look at this move. And this is what I meant, that this has a lot of potential. The trade was there, but it was just so, I wouldn't call it, like there was no confirmation at all. Usually for these things we need confirmation. So HKD, Futu is going for it. HKD just broke that and then came back down. And then we've got CVAC. CVAC looks good, guys. Short right now. $12 is a better level though. 12. I was kind of hoping for this to actually go towards that 12, sorry. CVAC. Okay. There it goes. There it goes. And that is lovely looking chart there. Pre is gone down. Fro is also, this is the one that is like SHC. SHC is the only one that's holding its gap, guys. So Zell, you might want to keep an eye on this. SHC 15 is holding. It's a bit choppy, I must say. It's quite choppy, but I think this one has that look. As you can see, look at this. On the pullback, we've got very, very low dead volume, and once it starts to pick up, this is gonna peak. So 15 11s, 15 12s, and with a stop of 14. A huge stop though. But you can always keep it under 15. So if you're scalping, definitely keep it. Here we go. Here we go. $15.13. $15.13. I think I got. $15.13. So I'm starting on this one. I might add to it if it starts to run actually. 15, 13, somewhere there, guys. I'm just gonna have to wait for it. And then under 15 you can take it out, but I can always keep it until the break of this low here. So if you're scalping, maybe keep it under. It's drop, yeah. So you gotta be like out if you're scalping. Yeah, that's yeah. If it takes that 15, you gotta be out. 1502s. Yeah, I'm out. I'm out. I don't like it. Yeah, I you know, it's choppy. It's really choppy. So just like what, 8 cents or so. Just a bit choppy. Might want to give it some time. Yeah, the catalyst is there behind it, as well as some, technical breakout as well, yeah. But right now, it's not looking that great, though. 15 is holding somehow, but a lot of pressure. Seems like there's some Yeah, there's a hidden buyer there at 15. There's a hidden buyer, but how strong is it? We don't know. So there could be another opportunity at 15:30 break, because that hidden buyer is not going anywhere. Do you see that? How much selling comes in, and then that 15 holds. Yeah, it's just that I think these kind of stocks. If I don't think this is crowded as well. Usually this happens with a crowded stock. It actually isn't. Surprisingly choppy, and they're trying to get as much fills. This 15 is very interesting. Every single time it's holding. Here, 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 here. 3 bars it's been holding every single time. To the tick. Not even 1501s. To the tick of 15. Let's see what it does now. There's a lot of pressure from the top as well. So I don't think that's going to hold. 15 might not hold. And if that 15 gives up, guys, we might see a drop. We have 49. Yeah, we might see something like that. But again, 15. 15s. Look at 15s. 15s, 15s. Wow, that thing is holding it, man. You can actually take a long here with a 2-cent stop. Hidden buyers and hidden sellers as well. There you go. So usually if there's 2 of them, in my opinion, is the market makers. There it goes. You see that? You see that drop? Do you see the drop? Yeah, 1480s straight away from 15. So that's why I couldn't risk it. But it's just reclaiming. It's going to be choppy. You may want to wait for these extremes to get taken out before you actually consider this, because I think there's quite a lot of emotionals involved in it. Emotions. Look at that. Look at that stop run, right? And here it goes. The volume picked up. Okay, one more try. I managed to get some average, about 15-20 average. Somewhere there. Again, if it starts to break under 15s, I might get out. I could still hold it, as I mentioned for the previous one. I could hold it till the other one. I don't know where the entry was. Yeah. Let's see. I need it to be not coming under 15s now. If it does come under 15s, it's still in the chop. But I think with this volume, if it takes out that 1550, then we are really good to go on this one. So you have to be very quick if it does work, and quick if it doesn't. Come on. Come on. 1540 needs to get taken out before 1550s. So 38s. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. The 42s. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. 48s. 47s. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. 64s. 64s. Slight bit out at 64s here. 64s. I'll mark it in a minute, as I just need to pay attention to this. 64s. Here we go. Here we go. Wait for it. Here we go. Here we go. 74s. I'm still waiting. Took only one partial, a small one. But yeah, looking good so far. Looking definitely good. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. 1596. So 2 partials on this, which is which makes my day. 64. It was here. So first partial and then second partial was close to 16. 1595, I believe, something like that. Right there. So 2 partials taken. And again, this one you can put it on break even, but if you're scalping, you shouldn't be waiting for it too long. But I'm not scalping it. I might put my break even for the rest. I've got my second partial, usually always is the bigger one. So even if it does come and take me out on this last one, on the lows, it's not gonna hurt me. In fact, I'll still be green on it. So I'm just trying to give it some room if it does start to actually go for it. But this stock doesn't usually squeeze though, that's the thing. And yeah, it doesn't really squeeze though. I'm kind of trying to sort of withstand the next pullback. It seems like it's more of a reversal than a pullback. Just gonna wait a few minutes. No worries. See you in a few. Futu, did you take it? Oasis, Futu. You didn't take it, you were watching it. Futu was the trade. Futu was the trade again today. Oh, dude. HKD is strong, so you might want to ignore that for short. HKD is quite strong. But Futu though, Futu. Alright, so this thing is still pulling back. Hopefully it's not going to pull back as much as 15s. On this one. Alright guys, I'll break even for the last part. I can't hold on to this. So break even for the last part and I'm done. And as I do that, it's gonna pop. I know that. Yeah, it's a really decent trade. This was a small loser, but this one I built up on it, and then the average was 1520. Really decent. I can't complain about that. I cannot complain at all. What's up, Yasin? How's it going, buddy? Welcome to the stream. First of all, you tell me where you live, and I'll tell you where I live. Yeah, it's not like usually. Look at what the price action on SPY is, right? It breaks that and then just does chops around. This is usually that first half an hour of that chop, what we're seeing on SPY, that first half an hour of chop. But the one that I actually missed, which we were watching with Oasis, was Futu, and I hope. I don't know. I don't think Oasis took this, but yeah. Beautiful. 46. Hoo-wee. Yeah. Oh well, I didn't take it because I was busy with the other one. Um, yeah, Yasin Chari. Okay, you sound like someone I know. So you sound like someone I know. I think you're pulling my legs. If you are, let me know. Even if you're not, let me know. The sound. I know Yasin. I know Chari, right? Both of them I know, but I don't know Yasin Chari. That's the thing. And that's what's. Tell me, dude. Tell me. Tell me, bro. Wow, FRO just decided to bounce from this drop. It is at the level that I wanted to short it at. So I'm going to watch this VWAP area, 1370s to 1380s. And if it starts to reject from there and hold, then I might take another short stab at it. Not another, a stab at it until the last, until the low of day. It is rejecting though. SHC. Remember with this SHC, yeah, the more it holds over 15s now, the more chance of it going for another round, especially if it breaks that 16, is gonna, yeah, it's gonna run for it. So we were watching over here, 15 was holding, we took it for the second time, and as it broke, look at the move it did from 1530s all the way to 16, 70 cents move in about what, 2 minutes, 2 minutes. So this could actually do the same thing as long as we are trending over the VWAP, which is kind of like a 15 level there. So watch this. Not the cleanest, to be honest. Zell, I wouldn't really sort of say this is like the ones that it's just, yeah. But still, this could do something if it starts to create bigger patterns. You'll just have to wait for it. You didn't take it, Zell? You didn't take this one? Especially with this this area here was kind of like I couldn't help myself because you know that 15 level, we were watching that 15, 15, 15, holding, yeah? And then all of a sudden that gives up. Usually if that's the case and if it's the real sort of buyer that's giving up, usually the seller basically will push it aggressively and it will just go beyond what we saw, right? But what happened is the seller gave up and then it really quickly jumped back up. So there are two, might be the same person. I'm just saying. It's just saying. And when that happens and it reclaimed that 15, that's when I was like starting slowly building up on it. Games. You gotta play their game. That's the only one, guys. I missed a few on FRO. I could not. I usually take these. It's not like I don't have a setup for it. Right there, I have a setup. But right now, there is setting up. Oh, shoot. This is running, though. Let's see. pre. FRO is bouncing back again towards the VWAP. Yeah, I think Yasin didn't know me. He just left. Yasin didn't know me. I was kind of hoping he knew me, because I know quite a lot of friends that's called Yasin, and a few that's called Chari as well. So where are you, Yasin? Pulling my leg. Okay. It's picking up. Thingy. FRO is picking up, but coming rejection again. Yeah, 53s. Okay. 53s, guys. Oh, okay. On the FRO 53s. I guess you wouldn't ask me where I live if you knew me. Oh, okay. Here we go. Let's go FRO to the low of day at least, please. And I'm gonna be done for the day. Promise. I won't be greedy. Low of day. With this one quite clear, guys. Just at the top of the thingy. The break of the VWAP is the stop. I don't like what it's doing right now. She usually should continue. If it does come back in, yeah, it's kind of came back in. It's gonna be chop. Really was like looking forward to just carrying on. This is no good. This reclaimed very quickly, so I'm not happy with that at all. Also, I want to give it a chance. Give it a chance. Let's see. By the way, Oasis, just when you were leaving, right? I was mentioning about Futu, FUTU. There was a setup there. And yeah, I know you were watching that FUTU. I don't know whether you took it or not. This is looking good, even better now. This all, apart from this candle, this just, yeah, it's looking good. Come on, buddy. FRU. Oh, really? Oh, shit. Oh, shit. What happened? It didn't get you filled? It got stuck? It froze? What happened? Are you using like the Mac version of it? By any chance? This is really not the way it's acting is a bit strange. FRO should be very careful with this one. It wants to. It's heavy. It's weak, but it also wants to go. CVAC is also running. Yeah, I'm gonna exit this early. Just don't like it. Yeah, 1357 or 58, I think. I'm done with this. Even if it works out, I just don't like what it did to my entry. Maybe I'm at the wrong timing. I'm just not there yet. It's a very, very tiny, small loser, guys. My loser should have been here. So it's about 0.5 R, something like that. So what happened then on Futu? This is where the entry, and then it's returning back, but there would have been quite a few partials on it, so definitely a successful trade. Definitely would have been a successful one. What else were we watching? Yeah, Fro actually might be. It looks like it wants to reverse. Like this might be the reversal point. So there might be some possible long opportunities. I'm not gonna lie, but it has to take out that 1370. So what I'm thinking is, I'm not obviously gonna take long on it. No way I'm gonna take long on it. But somewhere there, if this zone holds, there's still a short, I think. But if it breaks, then this could go for long opportunities, especially right here. It jinxed me out because the volume was rising and it was just picking up. It was picking up. As you can see, volume is still rising, and it's not going anywhere. So I think I'm happy with the decision that I made to exit early, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna regret it. The way he's acting. But hey, I feel you, man. I feel you, Oasis. Oh shit. Oh shit. I did say that I was gonna regret it. I will regret it, I'm sure. Show. Oh, the VWAP. You don't trust VWAP on Colmex, no. No way. Don't trade I think I mentioned this before as well. The VWAP, maybe not, but yeah. I don't. That's why I don't use Colmex charts. Colmex charts and indicators are not very reliable. The thingy is very good though. The level 2. I use it for level 2, and I've set it in a way. There's so much you can do with the level 2 on it, the color coding and everything. But the indicators are not very reliable. Yeah, definitely. Shoot. Don't you might want to have another charting package maybe if you rely on the well, of course you have to rely on the VWAP, because this one I might go for one more time, guys. This is just screaming at me, this for short. I know I exited early, but this zone is holding, so I might go for one more time. Okay, I'm in. All right, I'm in. 49s. 1349s around this area here. Still, the stop is at the break of this area here, 1370s possibly. Possibly 1370s. This level here. And the target, I would say, is about 1318's low of day, basically. So kind of not huge R, but it could go further beyond that as well. Yeah, I mean, with Colmex, Oasis use the level 2 only, and it's definitely worth it for the price that you pay, because level 2 you will have to pay hundreds of dollars every month just to get that market depth. So use that, and I've tested it, and it's exactly the same as what you see on other level 2s. But those VWAP has always been a problem with Colmex. Why is it? Hold on. Streaming, right? How is the stream going, guys? Is it freezing once in a while? What's up, No Mercy? How's it going, buddy? I believe... is the stream health okay, guys? I'm getting a bit of a... Stream is fine? Okay, good. Oasis, nice one, good one. This is what I meant by SHC. Has got that potential for it to actually go for it again. So this 15, as long as I was saying 15 holds, and then slowly starts to break out. Now again, 16 breaks. This is going to be even more ballistic. Unfortunately, I did a quick turnover on this. Basically, really decent trade, but I just couldn't hold on to it until 15s. Low of 15s would have been the stop, and then let the others run. I didn't have much anyways on this last partial, which was on break even. We had really decent partial first, second here, which was really nice. No Mercy, do I know you? You've been here before, right? No Mercy, what's up? So this one has quite a lot of potential. If anybody was waiting for it to bounce from that 15 level, even here was a much better area, 1540s, with a stop under 15s. Really nice. Meta looks good. Okay, let's have a look. Meta looks good. I don't know about that. I need to look at SPY for me to make any decisions. Yeah, it could. It could. If we see a break on SPY of 389s, 389 breaks on SPY, yeah, we could see some move on the Meta as well as the others as well. HKD finally comes down. HKD might be interesting here. Oasis. The only issue is we got 1, 2. That's the third day though. That's the third day, bro. But the problem is, or the good thing is, we got huge room, and it's done its potential chop. The trap. It's done its trap. This was the trap, and now this is the main move. So that looks good. TVAC is gone. That's not useful. Futu looks still good. If one was entry was here, then the another add is here for sure. And then stop comes down a bit. Yeah, that looks kind of good. RVNC not much. RVNC is going towards my level slowly, so that might not reach before I leave. A lot of things that we're watching did produce some stuff, some decent trades, but just a matter of basically taking advantage of it. This was a trap, big trap for the longs, long trap, and it comes back again to this trend line that we created over the pre-market, and it just barely touches it or doesn't get there. But and gets completely rejected. Now, once you see this and that, then you just give up on the stock. Okay, there's no coming back. So this probably might be all-day drifter. Yeah, seems like it. So it's already done a huge move down from its 3.6 gap up to 2.6. That's massive percentage down. FRO again, that was a good exit. I am still in it. I thought I was fully out on it. Oh, I retook it, didn't I? Yeah, I retook it. I was about to leave. All right, so I'm still gonna trust this level here, guys. If it does break that, then I'll be out of that FRO. That's the only one, and the rest is just, I'm just checking. Let's go FRO. Get me that low of day, baby. Just chopping around FRO. It's just chopping around. Some selling pressure comes in and then buying pressure comes back in as well. So it's just equilibrium there. This area here, that needs to get taken out. Either goes up or down, taking these lows. So for that, I might have to exit early, guys. Looks good still. If I was staying here for a while, I would have kept this trade, but I'm gonna leave. So I'm gonna exit about 1351 if I can get. $13.52 doesn't matter. I'm out. Doesn't matter, man. So yeah, I just don't. Yeah, very small, like almost close to break even. That's just, yeah. Overall in this name, about just over minus 0.5 R, 0.6 R, something like that, 7 R maybe. But that's it. And then we had our FRO, SHC. SHC was a beautiful look. SHC is breaking that 16, guys. Very nice. This is what strong but choppy stock looks like. It comes back down to the levels we were watching, bounces off of it, and then just goes 16 breaks now. If you are scalping around the break of 16, I wouldn't do that. It's just chasing. I normally like get in way early, which my entries were here. You gotta make sure that you're very quick on the close of or on the break of the 16s. If it does, it's gonna really like, it can do a rug pull like it did here, right? So you have to be prepared for that. Either withstand that rug pull or a pullback, bigger pullback towards this area here. When it does pull back, it might pull back to this level, or even VWAP. That's not going to look good. So if that's why you don't want to chase. First of all, that's the wrong mentality. Chase it way up there. No, you always want to wait for it and give it nice little congestion area, nice little tight patterns, and then on the break of those patterns is better than break off after it runs. I wish I was still in it for my last partial. I really wanted, as you know, over here I was mentioning, you know what, guys, I could I've taken 2 partials on it. I want to give the last one a chance to work out. I was kind of hoping this will stop at 1550 and then carry on, but I actually came back to my original entry, close to original entry, which was 1520, and that's when I took it off. And it probably would have taken me out. It wouldn't have actually. If I had kept it under 15s, usually I'll wait for the break of the VWAP, so I will still be in it for sure. But it is what it is. I think this has the potential to run. The rest, I don't see anything else. And look at SPY moving. Breaks that 389s. Now at that point, we were talking. Snicker was talking about Meta. 389 broke, and then look what Meta did. Right, beautiful. Even better after that. You were talking about it here. After that, it was much better. If you had waited for the SPY 389, it would have been much clearer, because this is what you saw, right? This is what you saw. So really tight price action, getting ready to break out with decent volume, and you could have taken preemptive entry or at that entry 130.60s or something like that. So yeah, that is a really good one. When SPY moves like this, guys, you can pretty much look at any of the big names and it's going to look pretty much similar, right? Your Apples, for example. Apple is a bit... this is a bit odd. Is that Apple? Really? That's a bit odd. Anyways, let's check out the others. Apple wasn't a good example this time around. And neither was Tesla. Okay. All right, I'm wrong on that today. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Yeah. That was you look Amazon, perfect example. Look at this bad boy. This is what I meant by, like, you know, patterns are these are the patterns, right? Pennant, flag, your descending triangles. You are a breakout trader, you want to make sure that it breaks out of those patterns, especially when it starts to consolidate and starts to get tighter and tighter. Loving it, bro. Loving it. Good job, buddy. Good job. Be done with it. Turn off your PC. Tell yourself you've done a good job waiting for it, planning for a setup, planning for a nice little entry, and it worked. And it's a great feeling to have that. It's not about P&L, man. It's just about, like, when you do hard work, you plan something and it works out, the feeling is just amazing. Yeah, Meta, I was mentioning Meta also broke out, and other big names also is going to break out, because I saw the SPY doing that. But Meta was definitely cleaner, yeah, for sure. I was mentioning this level, tightened, and all of a sudden breaks. Boom. Nice, beautiful. Netflix didn't go far. They didn't go far. Microsoft, MSFT. What's happening with this guy? Yeah, this one broke out as well. But the one that really ran was Amazon and Meta. Amazon really ran nicely at the break of... look at the volume that picked up. Look at the difference in the volume, right? We see a volume like this, and all of a sudden on this break, we start to see rising volume. Look at the volume difference on average to these. So yeah. All right. Okay, guys, that's probably going to be the end of the stream for me for the day. Two trades, two tickers. It's not just two trades, two tickers. SHC was a really good trade. First entry was a small loser here, but that was a starter. On this one, I built it up from 15s. Once I saw this was kind of very tape reading sort of entry. Obviously, the whole concept of the bigger picture thesis is behind for the longs. I was never looking for shorts on this one, by the way, at this point. started to this game that they were playing at about 15s. Yeah, there was a game being played 15, 15, 15, 15. If you go back to this level 2 area here, starting from here 938, if you go on demand or if you have trading view, you can go back to this level here. What it does is that 15 was a hidden seller, hidden buyer. Hidden buyer kept on buying it as it dropped to 15. Bounces, comes back and buys. So this was happening about 5-6 minutes straight to the tick on 15. So that was quite, that could also be algorithmic trading between the spread and the ask trading. It could be, I'm not gonna lie, that is a possibility. But since that actually left, it actually, this was a trap basically. So it took out the stops under 15s and then reclaimed very instantly. So when that happens, usually is when the time for the main move to happen, which it did. That's what I took advantage of. As soon as it got rejected over 15s, I started it and then build up on 1520s and then added back on the break of this high, which was about 1530. So I overall average was 1520 and partial 1570s, 67, something like that. And then second partial was about 1595, just before 16s. And then last one, I want to really leave it to run. This is what I was expecting from it, but I just could not withstand this pullback. In hindsight, if you look at it, below 15 would have been a great, which I usually do. But this stock being a momentum stock and also quite choppy stock, I really didn't want to give back anything, even on the last partial, which was not much left anyways. So I think on my part, sticking to my original rules, which is basically to just trail the stop under the VWAP for the remainder, because it's only about 20% left. Let it run. It would have been kind of decent, much better trade than I took here. So it's nevertheless really nice green trade on that. The other one that we had a few tries, a few small losers on it, but it just didn't work out for me, and it was just playing around. Which one was it? Fro. Fro basically is very like, so the entry is 1350s, around 1351s, the initial entry, the first one, and then the break of 1370s was my stop, so quite a bit. And then I took it off here early because it was just not going anywhere. Later on, I just couldn't help myself as it started to drift down. The rejection came in again from the level I was watching, plus the VWAP, and it just was confirming actually. So now I had to take it for another shot at it. And this time around, I also wanted to make sure that this actually takes out the low here, which it didn't on time. Then I got out almost break even on the second one. So very nicely well controlled risk. Now this is a really good example of a trade that didn't work out for you, but it actually did really well. Why? You could have been stuck in this trade right now as well, right? You could have been stuck on this trade right now. 1370 was my break, but I probably would have exited here. So I probably would have lost on this one a bit more than 1 hour, which I don't like to lose. I'm always losing. If I do lose, it's always less than 1 hour. So that would have gotten me in trouble, unless if I had taken out around 1374s around this area. Even then, that would have been much worse loser than this. So happy with that. Just about close to minus 0.7 hour loser on this. Still good. Very disciplined because we weren't trading all over the place. There was not many opportunities. Few opportunities that were missed were FU2. FU2 is the one me and Oasis James missed, both of us. This was our trade. We both know this is our setup, and even here I was mentioning this is an add point, guys. So if I had taken anything here, then I probably would have added here, and then most of it would be right about now, or even 4464s would have been out. This would have been a great trade, just like yesterday. We took this similar setup right there. I started from here. Average was about 47.85, and then I myself trailed it all the way to the low here. My final exit was right there. So it was a really good trade yesterday. And similar to yesterday, today was opportunity on it as well. Starting from here, adding here, and still going, as you can see. Now there, right there, would have been the good partial when I took most of my position out. So that's pretty much it, guys. That is what I leave you with, and I shall see you guys tomorrow at 8 a.m. EST. How about that? All right, boys and girls, take it easy, stay safe out there. Best of luck if you're still trading. I'll see you tomorrow. Ciao, ciao.